Hey, hey, we're the monkeys. People say
Monkeys.
monkey around. We're
Monkey
too busy
around.
singing to put anybody down.
Anybody down.
Just wanna be friendly.
Friendly. Boop, boop, boop.
Hey, everybody, welcome to Slide Show. This is Bob. Miles, are you there?
I'm here, yes.
Oh, okay. I said this is Bob.
Hey, everyone. Miles here. Just moving my location. Sorry.
Oh, okay. I thought we were gonna have another incident where you got caught with your pants down.
Again.
Again.
Oh.
Crazy
Oh,
critter here. Yeah.
Scooter.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Time for timer.
Y'all situated there, sir?
Oh, yeah. Oh, ouch. Yeah.
I never can figure out why are you in so much pain all the time?
I am. I'm in a lot of pain all the time.
What's going on with you? I mean,
I have pain. I have a lot of pain in my life.
okay. You don't want to elaborate, I guess, what you're saying.
I've been too tantric in my life, okay? And
okay. Maybe you need
that's all you need to know.
Stretching. Maybe you need to do a little stretching before things.
There's something cracked. Are you happy? Something just cracked. I hope you're happy.
I'm not happy. I just read an article or a headline. Some lady in Las Vegas went to chiropractor and the guy like punctured her aorta when he cracked her neck somehow and she was in the hospital.
Yakers.
Yeah. Have you had that happen?
I have the most gentle chiropractor that he's just so gentle.
Okay.
He's very gentle.
Go to the chiropractor. I would never, ever go to the chiropractor.
I haven't been in a long time, but yeah, I've
you haven't? I thought you went fairly regularly. I don't know why.
No, not anymore. No.
Not since the incident.
Yeah, not since I got like a $4,000 physical therapy bill. Yeah, that I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to deal with it like Bob. I'm just going to shut up and just. Yeah.
I'll tell you my secret for pain remediation.
Gummies.
Drugs, yeah. No, drugs.
Gummies, yeah.
No, reduce your inflammation. So what you have to do is fast.
Mm-hmm.
So don't eat for like 12, 16 hours, and it reduces your inflammation. It works.
No, I work with people that believe in this. I know, yeah. So.
But you don't. I mean, I'm just telling you, it works because I've had knee pain since I was in my 20s, like early 20s. Actually, when in my teens, but because I totally fucked my knees when I was young, and I don't have that constant knee pain. When you and I were in college, I had constant knee pain. Constant. It was like would drive me batty sitting in class.
You were just trying to get a good grade.
No, it was pain. I was like in pain, constant pain.
All I remember is you having like horrible posture, man. You were like,
well, I still have horrible posture, but I was in a lot of pain. Now I don't have any pain, so
yeah.
It's dramatically reduced. I really have to hurt myself to have the kind of pain that I used to have almost daily. And I'm telling you, readjust your eating a little bit. You'll be fine.
Readjusting eating and me are not going to, that's not going to happen. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying
It's not going to
It's
happen.
worked for me, so I'm just passing that along to you.
I'm not going to starve myself so my knee feels better. I'm not doing it.
Okay. Well, I don't feel like I'm starving, but
you can take you and your Ozempic and shove it up your ass. Okay.
I don't do Ozempic. No, I just don't.
No.
Eat. I don't eat for a while.
Don't eat.
Yeah, I know you have you take the Louis Anderson approach to eating.
Okay. This guy sends me nonstop pictures of him going out to eat these huge steak dinners.
Yeah,
huge, like 3 or 4 baked potatoes.
I don't eat 3 or 4 baked potatoes
with dessert. I'm like, Jesus, God, this guy is.
I never have dessert.
This guy's got to have at least 4 pounds of red meat in his colon at any given time.
Oh, now the dog here's going crazy. That's unusual.
Oh, that's not good.
I had a steak this weekend.
See?
That I didn't even send you a picture of because I'm like, I've overplayed my taking the pictures of steak and sending it to Miles.
Yeah.
So I'm not doing it anymore. So I didn't do it.
He knows I'm on food stamps, so he just rubs it in my face. He's like, here. He goes, here, this is what you can't buy.
Yeah, you can't have this. Exactly.
You won't ever have this.
Exactly. Yeah. So I went to Indiana over the weekend.
Did you get lost, or did you mean to go there?
I go over there. I did. I had a great steak dinner, by the way. Thank you.
Here we go.
And I had a salad, fantastic salad, a potato, and a steak. I did not have any dessert.
Yeah.
And I didn't eat, prior to that, I probably didn't eat for 12, 16 hours, something like that.
Yeah.
Great. But so my wife, I was tagging along with my wife. She had to do some stuff and she had to work. And so it was like, I'm being like you, right? Where you go with your wife and she works and then you piss around.
Yes, I do that. Yeah, that's my whole life. Yes.
I pulled a Miles this weekend. I went with my wife. We went and had a nice steak dinner. The next day I pissed around.
Yeah.
While she had to work. And,
you teased me a little. You teased me a little bit.
I did, yes, a little bit. So, yeah. But I want to tell you. So, I was in Haute, Indiana,
right?
Which I'm going to just call from now on God's country.
Wow!
I've never been there before. I was close by. That's not where we were staying, but I wasn't that far away. And my wife's like, what are you going to do all day? Because I have to go work,
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm like, well, I'll find something to do, There's got to be something to do around here. Well, there wasn't. And so I had to go all the way to Terre Haute.
Oh, jeez.
So I'm like, well, I've never been to Terre Haute before, so why not, right? It's got a cool
Sure.
It's very French. Yeah. Do you know what Terre Haute
French
means?
lick.
Yeah, like French lick, yeah. They did have a Larry Bird museum that I did not go to, but yeah.
Let me guess, because it costs money. You're like, no.
Yeah, it cost a little money, so I was like,
yeah, that's got to cost a lot of money.
I'm like, I'm not that big of a Larry Bird fan. I mean, I play video games, but that's about it.
Yeah.
So I go down to Terre Haute, and I found this place called the Bank of Pinball.
The Bank of Pinball.
It's not a very good name, but because I like to play pinball, and I thought, well, let's go check this out. And I stumbled upon probably one of the most genius ideas that everyone should mimic, at least for me, being a big, nerdy pinball guy. So I get to the Bank of Pinball. Well, the Bank of Pinball is in like the mall. They have a mall there.
Yeah.
Called the Haute Center.
Okay.
Terre Haute Center.
Terre Haute.
Yeah. And so like this was still a functioning mall, which you don't see many of those nowadays.
No, never.
Instead of like obviously all the stores aren't there, but there was, still some big stores. A lot of the mall stores. There was Spencer Gifts, right? Usual
no kidding.
mall stores. There was a jewelry store. There was, like a pretzel thing, a popcorn place, and all that kind of stuff that you get at a mall. But they replaced a lot of the empty stores with fun stuff. So one of them was the Bank of Pinball, which had, God, I don't know. How many pictures did I send you? But it had
way too many.
Yeah, I probably had, I don't know, 30 or 35, 40 pinball machines.
Easily.
It had other games. They had axe throwing.
Oh.
It had laser tag.
Yeah.
They had, like a bar, and it was all mixed in with a bar, food and beverages. They had mini putt golf indoors.
Yeah.
Then after I got done playing pinball, I played all these new pinball machines I'd never even seen before. They had a Jaws pinball, a Beatles pinball, a James Bond pinball, a John Wick pinball. It was cool.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. I played them all. And then I got a couple high scores on Guns N' Roses and Godfather pinball. Anyway,
did you really get to spell your name on that one?
Yes. On 2. I actually didn't send you the other picture, but yeah. On 2.
Oh, wow. I thought you just somehow photoshopped this thing.
No, this is all real. So I'm like, this is great. So I had some, I spent my money because, I limit myself because I'm a cheap bastard. And I had a little time, so I walked around the mall. And you won't believe what else they had in this mall.
P.F. Chang's?
No P.F. Chang. They did have a functioning food court with.
No kidding.
They had a Chinese place, Mexican place, pizza.
Yeah.
I didn't eat there, but they had RC car racing indoors, like a big track where you go off roading with the RC car.
Yeah.
Inside the mall.
Wow.
Then you could buy a quad or a 4x4.
What place is this? Oh my God.
It's the Haute Center in Terre Haute. Yeah, the Haute Center.
No kidding.
And they had a place where you could buy a compound bow and actually shoot it in the mall. You could go shoot arrows in the mall.
Hey kids.
Hey kid.
Boom.
I'm like, if there's nothing more dangerous than giving people broadhead arrows in a mall, I don't know what is.
Yeah, with the razor blade tips.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God, this sounds a little dangerous.
And then they had I didn't go into this place. You would love it because I know you like, this kind of stuff, or at least your wife does maybe. One of the big box stores like a Dillard's or Macy's or one of those things was gone. And it was full of flea market vendors. There's 700 booths or something.
Oh, wow.
In this old Macy's.
Oh, wow. No kidding.
They pretty much filled up the whole mall. There wasn't a lot of empty spaces. And yeah, I'm like, it was total genius. I'm like, these
now I want to go.
Need an award for this because they've taken what was dead space, right?
Yeah.
And made it interesting. And there was quite a few people there. I was there early on a Saturday, so it wasn't like it was packed or anything, but I could see where it would be packed. They had, you could get a beer, pubs and stuff in there. And so, so yeah, I was like, I can't believe it.
Nice.
Now
I want to go.
Yeah, this is the best. This is one of the best places that I've found, bumming around. I was like,
where's is Terre Haute? That's south of Indy, right?
Yeah. So it's not too far off of Highway 70 on the way to Indianapolis. So on the west side of Indianapolis. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's really not that far across the Illinois border.
Okay.
Yeah. And Indiana University's there and some other stuff. But it was a nice town, and I was really super impressed with their. I know this is not a funny story or anything, but
no,
I couldn't believe the ingenuity And
Yeah.
overall, kind of they hit their target market. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
There's the guys who want to go in and throw axes and drink beer and shoot arrows and maybe look at a quad runner.
This is like a man's place.
Well, they had other stuff too, but yeah, that's all the stuff that kind of jumped out at me. They had a J.C. Penney.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
Wow.
Yeah, and I was like, man,
talk
about saving the mall culture.
That's just all the ones around here are all dead. Dead.
We were in Alton, right? That's dead, right? You and I met over there.
I think, so. Yeah, we met somewhere, yeah.
Yeah, Alton Square Mall. But anyway, yeah, I just was like, wow, talk about geniuses. These guys are geniuses.
Wow, no kidding.
So shout out to Terre Haute. Nothing too weird was going on other than this guy was shooting arrows, which I thought, he literally could have just turned around and killed people.
Yeah.
The axe throwing was way more contained than any of the arrow shooting.
So, do they do some kind of testing? Like, could you take this test? Like, would you murder people if you had a chance?
Is there any chance that you'll kill anybody trying to get to Orange Julius?
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's weird. Like, anyone can just walk up there like, okay, I want to do it.
The only thing they didn't have was like a shop that sold guns. Which maybe I just didn't see it. I don't know. Yeah. Weird.
The old shop. That's weird.
But I would recommend if you're a Midwestern geek that likes playing, pinball and skee ball and all kinds of stupid things like that, to go to the Haute Center in Terre Haute.
Now, if they could just put like a strip club in there, God.
I'm surprised there wasn't, to be honest with you.
That'd be perfect. Like, man.
Maybe there was one and it just is open at night only. I don't know. So they had laser tag. Laser tag, yeah.
I have played laser tag once or twice, yes.
Yeah, I played it quite a bit, actually, when the kids were younger. We would go. But
yeah. I haven't done it in a long time.
The good thing is that your target's no bigger if you're bigger, so that's the upside.
Yeah. Right.
So what's going on with you? I had a grand old time down in Terre Haute.
Yeah.
And I just had to rub it in because so many times I'm like, hey, why don't we meet up? Oh, yeah, that'd be a good idea. And then you just go, and then you don't tell me about it. And then later I find out.
Oh, one time. I did it one time to be an asshole, and I did it. Yeah, it was a dick move. I'll be honest. It was a complete dick move. I did it. But I'd go back. That was down in Quincy. I'd go back.
Yeah, there you go.
I'd go back. I don't care.
Okay. So what's
we always say we don't always really do like secondhand stories. We don't.
Try not to. Yeah.
We try not to. Because it's really hard to convey, and I don't know. Maybe this one won't even work. I don't know, but I'll try it. I'm gonna plug this in. That's what happens. I think
that's how you got married. I'm gonna plug this in.
Yeah, I was like, well, we'll just try it.
Yeah,
we'll just see what happens. Love happens. And my oldest son, he has like a business trip, an annual business trip he goes on, and I have been his plus one a couple times.
Yeah, I'm sure he's thrilled.
Throughout the years, I think I did a story last year where I let like a bunch of kids into like the hospitality room and stuff. Eat all the free food and all. I don't know if you remember that or not.
Yeah.
So he invited my other son. They're pretty close in age, and he goes, "Well, why don't you come with me? It's almost a whole week long. You'll be the plus one."
Oh, you got booted.
Right.
You got booted for younger blood.
I got, well, no, I got a trip coming up. I have to kind of knuckle down for, so I had to kind of skip that one. But
you're like, son, I'm not paying for everything this year. He's like, okay, I'll go with my brother.
Yeah. No, that's okay. So they got up there, and where they were going to stay was not actually at where the convention was going to be.
Ah, okay.
All right, so they're like,
now
well,
you can't just walk downstairs and go to the stuff.
Right, you got to take a crap. Like you gotta get back in your car and drive back to the hotel and take your crap and come back.
I'm sure they have public bathrooms, but yes, I understand.
Well, I know, but you're weird about public bathrooms. You're all like, no,
I would totally drive back to my hotel. Yes.
No. Yes, because you would not embarrass yourself. Like, no, I won't. And so anyway, my oldest son's like, well, drop me off because this meeting's going to start at noon. He goes, to my youngest son, he goes, I don't know if you'll be able to check in or not because it's noon time. Mm-hmm. You don't typically get to check in too early to a hotel, right?
Yeah. I always say try.
It depends.
Yeah, I always say
it depends. So by luck, they say, yeah, okay, we'll do it. You get it, okay. Mm-hmm. And he gets in there, and he looks around. He goes, oh my God. He goes, on the wall next to the bed, there's like clearly a footprint on the wall.
Okay.
As if someone was maybe trying to get leverage or something,
Oh.
for like something to happen. There was like clearly, I've got a picture of this. I'm like,
my gosh.
And
you've got a picture of the
so now, yeah.
Okay.
And then, then he starts looking around. He goes, I'm not sure this is a cum stain or anything below it.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
And so, the conference ends up and, they get back together again and, they're laughing and they call up lower management. And they're like, oh, we're sorry. We're sorry.
Oh,
we'll take something off your room.
About the footprint?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, and they came down and some people came down and looked at it like, oh my goodness, ooh, look at it.
Let me look at your
shoe. But what's that? What's that? What?
They said, let me look at your shoe and see if it's your foot.
No, this is a barefoot. This is a barefoot. Yeah. Yeah, this is a human yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, right by the thermostat. Yeah, right next to the thermostat. Someone's got a footprint.
Where's the bed in relation to this footprint?
I don't know. I don't have a full picture of the whole place, usually the layout, but I'm like,
hotels are not against the wall, so
I don't know. I wasn't there. I'm not judging. I'm just saying it was a little weird.
Gotcha.
Right.
Was the toes
they're
up or toes down?
I think it's toes up actually. So I don't know.
Really?
I will have you look at it. I'll have you look at it.
Okay. Yeah, send it over.
And anyway, so the people who are there like, you should really talk to the big manager of this hotel and you should really complain to him,
The people at the conference were telling him that, or
no, the people who actually worked at the hotel.
Oh, really?
Were kind of like, this is really gross.
For Christ's sake. Jeez.
So I was like, oh, okay, yeah. So it's the last day, and
that's the weird thing.
Yeah, so they meet up with this guy, and Todd, we'll call him Todd.
Uh-huh.
And Todd, the general manager, is like, hey, yeah, what do you guys want? Hey, what's wrong?
Hey.
And they're telling him like, well, there's like a footprint, and maybe some
Andrew Dice Clay. Hey, what do you want?
Hey. Yeah. Well, what was weird was he's like, well, tell me what happened again. Well, I heard about this. What is it? And they're telling him, he's like, oh, okay. Well, you guys kind of waited a long time to report this.
Oh, he's giving them the runaround.
Yeah, he's gonna like turn it against them now. Like, that's kind of suspicious.
Your foot.
Yeah, it's a little sketch, guys. Kind of. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It just saw like a real, skeeve. Just like totally being a jackass. Like, well, sure, I mean, was it there? Was it really there? Or was it,
Mm-hmm.
It's like all this bullshit. And he's like, finally, after a short time, he relents. Like, well, I'll knock off 10%.
Oh, please, 10%. What's that worth?
I'll knock off 10% off the bill. All right, I'm a nice guy. I'll knock off 10%.
I would say, give me a free night stay the next time. Not here, but at any of your chain, places.
Yeah, no. My oldest son, he's too nice of a guy. He's like, well, I was going to ask for a lot more, but yeah, I guess that's okay. He's like, well, you get what you get. What else do you want?
Right,
my son's like, give me a free iced tea.
Oh, he's got a little bit of his old man in him there.
Yeah, he's like, okay.
Nudge it.
That's what I was proud at, because he didn't quite give up. He kind of gave up a little bit, but he's like, give me the iced tea. I like your iced tea here. Give me a free iced tea. He goes, you iced tea? Are you kidding me? What the? All right. You got me.
Always got to bump it. Always got to bump it.
This guy just totally seemed like a total jackass. I felt so bad for these kids. They had to sleep in this big DNA petri dish room, and
well, don't you realize that's every time you go to a hotel? I mean, let's be honest.
I know, and I'm all wigged out because I'm going to be going on vacation, at some point, and I'm like, oh no, I'm gonna be sleeping in some dudes,
That you can't think about it. You just have to, go to your happy
man jam.
Yeah, go to your happy place.
I think I'm going to bring my own sleeping blanket, my hunting and fishing sleeping blanket.
Yeah, why don't you bring some Hershey Kisses and a heating pad while you're at it, for Christ's sake.
Yeah. Well, that was a difference. That was a completely different. I kind of made the mess in that room. Yeah, I kind of laid on chocolate with a heating pad on. That was bad. That was bad.
Maybe instead of taking the heating pad, just don't eat so often.
Yeah. Maybe if I only would have starved myself. Yeah, I should have starved myself for 12 hours.
Yeah,
all right.
Starve yourself for 12 hours. You won't have that back pain. And I think that's probably a better play than melting chocolate all over the fucking bed sheets.
Well, I shit myself.
Yeah, well, that's, you say it was melted chocolate.
Well, you can go there and smell it. It wasn't dookie.
Well, how do we know you don't eat so much goddamn chocolate that your dookie smells like chocolate?
I don't know.
Just saying. So, do you really think that a footprint on the wall is worth even 10%?
That's a little sketch. I mean, I've seen some weird stuff in rooms, but that's a little bit weird, man.
So what would pubic hairs be worth?
Oh God.
Let's make a scale of what's worth what in your hotel room.
Oh God. I don't know.
Speaking of secondhand hotel stories, I know a guy who found a giant dildo in his bed. That wasn't his.
Was it Michael?
No. I'll tell you. I'll tell you off the recording who it was.
Hey, Bob. You know that one time I laid down from a giant dildo in my bed? Hey, Bob.
No,
hey, Bob.
It was somebody who would not make this up.
Oh.
That I know. That I knew, I suppose. I think that he's passed away, but that I knew.
Yeah.
He had a great story and he even called down and had somebody come get it.
No.
From the hotel.
Nope. I quit. I'm not doing it. I quit.
It was rolled down in the tuck, right? So it was all the way down at the bottom of the bed.
Oh my God.
The tuck part, and he touched her with his foot. And he's like, "What's that?" And so he rips the covers off.
Oh.
And then he proceeds to call down and say, "Guess what? I got a giant dildo in my bed."
I feel a little lonely.
They gave him
a little lonely.
They gave him a new room. Oh my God, it was hilarious.
And a bigger dildo.
Yes, right. Yeah, exactly. Well, these are all mounted, sir.
We're not going to charge you any extra for the dildo,
extra,
sir.
Yeah, no extra for that.
You got the honeymoon suite.
That's, I mean, other than, the usual.
That's weird,
that's
man.
That's the weirdest thing I've ever heard.
Oh, well, that trumps my story. Yeah, that completely trumps my story.
I'm not trying to trump your story. I'm just saying it's, if you had to rank things, don't you think that's a free night? I mean, come on. I don't know. The footprint, 10%, maybe he was in the ballpark. I'm not sure. What do you think?